Now,
I'm surprised that the last one was product, and it was only 60% of them think they have to come up with new stuff. You know, that seems like a really low number to me.
Yeah, it does to me as well.
Yeah.
It does to me as well. But it could say they're becoming complacent, or they don't know how to do it. Because the challenge is, 8 and 10 say, we know this is complex and we know we're going to face a huge complexity here. But only half of them say we're actually ready to handle it. So that's one of the challenges. And in the time I've been in my current role, looking at these industry solutions, that number's grown a little bit, but there's still a huge divide in terms of the clients that recognise the complexity they've got to address for innovation and to be able to differentiate themselves and remain competitive. But that gap in terms of how we actually deal with it, the biggest challenge and discussions that I've always had is how can you get started dealing with that complexity? And as I say, I'll share some of the examples here.
Maybe because of the economy, 2010 was horrendous.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the primary reason for the product.
Well, 2008 was actually worse because that was the first year of the meltdown. So I mean, you're right. I mean, it may actually be some of that as we're coming out. But now, just to set a sort of backdrop, when I think about product and services, how we transform that, this is IBM speak, but we think about it as the integrated product management. How do we design, how do we deliver, and how do we manage that? It's across the full product lifecycle. This isn't just about designing products, because lots of companies in the past have designed products, and they've been good products, but they just haven't sustained in the market because you could even be efficient at delivery, but the fact that how do you manage the value on that latter part of the cycle? And in fact, this is where, in terms of the management, this is where we see a lot more of the innovation starting to spring up as people are starting to think about their products in the context of their clients or consumer hands, and how do we actually deliver that innovation that sparks the interest. So, in terms of our innovation agenda, common theme: the world is becoming instrumented. More sensors in roads, more sensors on bridges, more sensors in cars, more sensors in planes, sensors on all sorts of assets from manufacturing lines which have been traditional through to cell phones and related. Data's there, there's instrumentation there. Interconnectivity's there as we get more and more services that start to populate. And I'll give you some examples of some of those, one from the utility industry. And as a result of being able to collect that data, being able to connect it in the context of a business process, now you can derive some level of intelligence. Once you derive that level of intelligence, it allows you to innovate. It allows you to say, what do I actually want to do with the client? How do I mine that data? How do I make sure I've got the right data, the right people, and deliver the right services? So, products are getting smarter. The demands for more customization, right? Just think about something as mundane as a car. Think about when you go in now, you can go in and buy a box and 4 wheels and an engine to get from A to B, but the services that are sort of wrapped into that product in terms of navigation or a satellite radio or phone service or now Facebook, and being able to